Welcome back, everyone. In this video, um, we would be going through the concept of keywords and identifiers. I'll try my best in this video to explain the concept of keywords and also the concept of identifiers. How do we use them in programming and why should we use them? Now, before we begin, I want us to go back to this video on variables. And if you've not watched it or if you don't understand it, can you kindly go back, go and check it because um this video that I'm about to make today is dependent on the previous video. So in case you've not watched it, go back and try to revisit it. Now, let's create a file. Sorry, let's create a file and call it identifiers dot what py. Now, the first thing is I want to first explain what keywords are. Another name for keywords we should know, they are called reserved words. Now, it's not just in Python, we see it in other programming languages, or even as spoken English or Yoruba or whatsoever. I'll explain. Let me first define what they are. Before I explain with English, I would compare English and Python and see make sense from both of it. Now, keywords or reserved words are what are words that are used to what to define the syntax and structure of the Python programming language or any programming language itself or any language of any kind. They are what? They are structure definitions. They define the structure of a programming language. And what do I mean by saying so? Now, for example, let me give you a simple example. Now, in English, there are words you cannot use to, let me see, name things. Let's take it, for example, let me say go. We know go has a constant definition across the world. Go, come, right? The founders of English or the English language has defined, or let me say, now, good. Let me give a very different scenario. Now, in the what's the name? In the English word, I don't know how many words we have in the English word. Like, let's say all the English words are defined in the English dictionary, right? Now, that English dictionary, every word defined in the English dictionary, let's take them as keywords. Do you understand? All the words defined in the English dictionaries are keywords, which means if you want to create a new word, you cannot create a word from that dictionary. Now, let me say in the dictionary, there's the word go, right? I can't use the word go again to create something for myself. I need to find something that is not in the English dictionary to create it for myself. But because we know the English dictionary contains a lot of words, that is a string. But in Python, I will bring it down to Python. Python has just 33 keywords, right? That is, if you are naming your variables, you are naming your functions, or you are naming your classes, you can't use any of these 33 words to define your what's the name? Your variables, your functions, your classes, or whatsoever it is. Does it make sense? Now, let's take for example from the last video we said we can say name is equals to what? The emoji, right? Now, what if I wanted to say true, which is a variable in this case, is equals to the emoji? It won't work. Why? Why won't it work? I want someone to answer the question. Okay, maybe nobody or somebody has answered. Let me answer it for you. The reason why it won't work is because true is what is a what's the name? True itself is a what? Is a keyword in Python. Now let's take a very quick um quick look at this. Now Let me do Python keywords. Now, let's look for Python keywords. I want to go to Waitress School. Let's check all the keywords in Python so you can see it. Can you see it? All of these words in Python are what? Are keywords. Now, let me look for what I just wrote. Where is that keyword? Now look at it. I said true, right? So let's come here. Can we find true? Can somebody find true for me? Yes. Can you see it? It's a keyword. Now, can you see it? We have 33 keywords in the Python programming language. And you see, if you read, Python has a set of keywords that are reserved words and they cannot be used as variable names, function name, or any other identifier. Or any what? Other identifiers. Does that make sense? Now back to our code. Now I can't say and is equals to the emoji because what? And is also what? A keyword. Can you look at it here? And is a what? So all of these keywords, I cannot use them as what? As an identifier. Those are keywords because they define what Python programming is. Do you understand? They help us to create commands. They help us to create what? Executions of what? Of tasks to the Python. They help us to tell the Python programming language that, yo, I want to do this. Do it for me. I want to do this check. Do it for me. Those are what identifiers are. Sorry, keywords are. In the other case, what are identifiers? Spoken about what keywords are. Identifiers are names. They are names given to what? A variable or a function or a class. We've not covered the concept of what? Functions or classes. But we've covered the concept of what? Variables. So take variable naming as what? Identifiers. Now, let me give you an example. In this case, can someone pick out what the identifier is in this case? Oh, yeah? Okay, nobody got it. Great. Now, this is an identifier. Name is an identifier. I don't know if someone got it though. I just joked about that. In this case, name is an identifier. Why is it an identifier? It helped me to qualify my name, right? To say, what is your name? Name. Identify yourself. What is your name? Dimeji. I can say food. Food could be an identifier. In this case, I give it a value. I can say what? What's food? I don't like food, so someone give me food. Let me see yam. Great. Let me say school. School. Let me say Chrisland or something. Whatever. Whatsoever. These are what? Identifiers. They help us to identify our values. Do you understand? They help us what? Identify what? Values. Now, why are we doing this video? Because moving forward, we'll be seeing more of these concepts. You will see places where you use and you use this, you use this. And I know a lot of questions will pop up. A lot of people will be asking me questions. Why do we do this? Where's this coming from? Where's that coming from? I know I'll get so many of those questions. That is the reason why I decided to shoot this video and explain the concept of what? Keywords and identifiers. And I hope you guys understand what keywords and identifiers are. Now, take notes. Keywords, let me write this down for you guys. The first thing is keywords cannot be used as what? As identifiers. Ident I can't spell again. Keywords can be used as identifiers. Take note of that. It's a very important thing. You cannot use keywords as an identifier. And what do I mean there? You can't use a keyword true as what? As a name of a variable identifier. Simple. I remember from the last video, we gave other rules about identifiers, about variable naming. You can't start an identifier with what? Numbers or special character. For example, I can't say number, my number is equals to that number. You understand? You see, there's an error. Make sense? Make sense? In this case, you can't use one. Rather, I can say what? My number equals to this. But you can't start. Go back to the previous video and look at all the rules, right? So in case you have any question or any unclear concepts, you can reach out to me and I'm ready to answer you anytime. Thank you very much.